Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world today. I hope you're absolutely fantastic. I just wanted to share some interesting insights that I came across today. And basically, it's the planets that are holding Bitcoin's price action ransom. So I'm just sitting with my friend Andre, who came to visit again, and we're just talking about the Ganzilla. And when I brought this up, I was quite surprised at something I rarely ever see, and that's happening right now. So within the Bitcoin chart, we've got hold on, I just want to change the scaling so that it becomes more So within the Bitcoin chart, we've got a combination of all planets. We've got Mars, we've got Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, the moon, and so forth, within the influence of today's price action. And I go to the Ganzilla to kind of back up what I'm already feeling. I don't really see it as the ground truth. So it's like, all right, I'm feeling this. Let me just see if there is any reason for my feeling this. And I now seen it over here. So what I did is I shared the planetary aspects with a AI, and the conclusion was this. They said the intense planetary presence, especially with the sun-moon opposition and the crowded aspects, likely caused Bitcoin's lack of movement around around the New York open bell today. Expected consolidation rather than significant up or down move. So it's really nice to have a special advisor outside of the charts to confirm what's going on with price action. Now, I've been in a short position since over here. So the 128, you can tell by the oscillator, it's heading down. So I knew that was going to be the case, but it's just been moving sideways. Let's get back a little bit closer on that. It's just been moving sideways and creating a long requirement of patience. Getting in, watching go up, worrying that I'm not at a confirmed turning point, then making some profit, it's stopping, getting kind of close towards the turning point, stopping, crawling, going marginally down, seeing some profits, and then keeping me on pretty high alert in a way, which isn't something that I like in any regard. Consolidation is the worst. And just waiting for perhaps this kind of movement. Now, I am aware that I'm kind of being naughty because I'm going counter trend. So going to the higher time frames, as I've been suggesting, or maybe I didn't put this out as yet, I do see, should there be an uptrend that fires off, Bitcoin getting somewhere between 120,000 and 140,000 in the next month or so. All right, so that is assuming that it's going to come out to this region, which is the 1/2 on the GAN, ARC 4, and then 50% on the time forecast, which is also underneath the sine wave. So we got lots of confirmations of that being a potentiality. Unfortunately, time would tell. So right now, where price is on the high time frame is that it's going up overall, yet we are still inside the kill zone, which means it could kind of shuffle down a little bit before it anchors in and goes up. So I'm just playing whilst this move unravels. So just got my position open to make some profit on it. However, because of the planetary hold up, it's seriously testing my patience, because again, I know that I'm wrapped up with a little bit of guilt, knowing that I'm going against trend, which is not advisable. However, it needs to go down first before it goes back up, and why not make profit on that? So going down to the 512, the 512 suggests that there is a completion of this point, which also tells me that this in itself will need to go back down. However, I'm not entirely convinced that we are at a confirmed turning point. What might be transpiring is that it moves over to the 1/2. Wait, that's the wrong button. Let's try again. the 1/2, and then potentially move on up again. So that's why there wasn't a market update yesterday. It's because of this consolidation behavior, which is never a fan of mine, or I'm never a fan of it. It's no love either direction. And then maybe a shallow move down to about 108,500 and potentially a move on. However, for that to be really meaningful, there would need to be a really solid confirmed turning point that's undeniable, that happens, I mean, either over here, which I'm not seeing, or over there, because for it to continue going up, maybe this is actually a little bit too conservative. For it to really keep on going up the way that the 2048 suggests, then perhaps the 512 is bigger than anticipated. Maybe like Dead Perez once said, it's bigger than hip hop. 16 and 100% suggests that there's going to be a turning point over there, and then somewhere between the 32 and 150 suggests that it could be perhaps along here. So I'm just going to leave the GAN on the 512 open for the time being, and then we're just going to keep our eyes on it to see whether or not it takes traction along this 1/2 and then move to the upside. That of course is based on the 512 on, sorry, the 128, and we'll try one last time, the 2048 on the higher time frame. Okay, so perhaps I should close this short position, as I don't see a lot of benefit to it, and then just wait for things to anchor in and go up to the up direction. So let's go on that. Let's wait for this to find its next resting point. It'll obviously need to be lower than here for it to be a new low. I'm just trying to find out where that might be. Maybe it goes down and then drops lower, anchors in, and then heads on up. We'll have to see over the next 12 hours. So suppose I want to leave my position open, and then after dinner tonight, maybe close it if there's nothing that's been positive. I mean, profit's profit. I don't mind making profit whilst we wait for the markets to warm up and change direction. But the trick is to catch it before it changes direction. So yeah, I want to keep my eye on that over the next 8 to 12 hours. That's it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on Telegram and I'll be happy to answer them. Ciao for now.